At which point he alludes to the tale of the bamboo cutter. I think if this movie was made for maybe 5 minutes longer and made specifically for an international audience, they would have recapped that story for you. But instead, I will just have to refer you to any of the number of adaptations of the tale of the bamboo cutter in animation, such as Turn A Gundam, Kaguya-sama Love His War, or actually The Tale of the Bamboo Cutter from Studio Ghibli. Hello and welcome to Is That Some Kind of Japanimation Thing? A show that is going to use the wrong name for one of these characters at least twice. I am gonna use the old Cloverway localized names at least once this episode. If I'm lucky, it'll be for Ray. My name is Scott.
And I'm Justin.
Yeah, and this episode is our Christmas special. You're hearing it early if you backed us on Ko-fi. Your backing us on Ko-fi also contributes to our Season 2 goal of I explain every lawsuit related to Harmony Gold and the Macross franchise I can find. All of them. Every court case, every injunction, every weird letter between lawyers I can find. I have figured... There are bits, again, there are bits of Battletech lore that I would thought everyone has told me, no, this is how it went down. It's like, no, it didn't. It didn't. It was decades after, actually. I'm not going to tell you that secret until that comes through. Also, you can visit hlj.com, where you can buy many anime figures, including an SH Figure Arts of Sailor Moon.
There's a lot going on in these Sailor Moon things, Scott. Hey, Scott,
Yeah.
You know what my first Sailor Moon I ever saw was?
What?
This!
See,
This is the first time I've seen Sailor Moon.
I was about to ask you if you were familiar with Sailor Moon outside of course, 1 Week by the Bare Naked Ladies. Because I know you know that.
Jesus. I'm just running through the lyrics trying to catch up to wherever that was. But no, it is culturally, I'm aware of it. They hold conventions here in town. People do panels. I'm like, that's a Sailor Moon thing. Good. Congratulations. Glad you enjoy it. Whatever's happening. It's a bunch of people in costumes. They're all ladies fighting for good, I guess. And I don't mind that there's things I don't understand. That's sort of the core of this whole show.
Well, it's also just part of life. It's just part of life.
Yes.
Some days you just sit back and say, that's the thing people are having fun with. Maybe I'll try it sometime, or maybe I won't. Normalize trying new things, or just letting go of things you don't get. There is a lot... All of a sudden, there's a lot of hate on Bluey, and I'm like, I don't get that. I don't... Like, the reactionary machine is very angry at Bluey, which is weird, because there's no new episodes of Bluey now. They're not doing anymore. They're going to do a movie, and they're going to do a movie, and that's going to be it. The creator's leaving.
I mean, good for them. I'm glad that they did a successful run of a show about dogs that make people cry. I understand. People cry. Watch Bluey, Scott.
But we are here to talk about Sailor Moon S, the movie, which is a Christmas movie. It is set at Christmas and features ice villains, which is pretty good. It's pretty good as these things go.
I watched it. I saw it. They never sit down to have fried chicken, do they?
They do not have fried chicken. They adjourn. I think the only thing so in the opening we see Usagi eat a ton of fair food, and we see at the end that or partway through they roast sweet potatoes over an open fire, which sounds like a good way to have a Japanese sweet potato. Really
great tradition, no matter whatever calls for it.
That's just a winter thing. You just have, if you've got an open fire, you throw some sweet potatoes on there. But this movie, which is not a feature-length movie, it aired with a short, which was about from another short from Toei in '94. But it was directed by Hiroki Shibata, who was the series director on Getter Robo Go, did a bunch of episodes on Sailor Moon, and has done episodes on 5 different Digimons. 5. I think that's
is that all of them, or are there more? Okay.
I think there's there's a new one on TV right now. That's so and he might not have done like the fancy direct-to-video specials that they did that were kind of like a reboot retelling thing. It's written by Sukehiro Tomita, who was series composition on Sailor Moon plus R plus S, so the first three seasons of Sailor Moon, all of Mos Speda, and Macross 7. So we open in space.
Space.
Space. Where we see that there is an ice lady who wants to conquer the Earth for unclear reasons. Villains in Sailor Moon often don't have clear reasons for being villains. They're just bad people from space. That's how they work. That's just how they go.
Seems to be, if you got to do an episode every week, yeah,
Yeah.
he's the bad guy. He wants to do this. Why? We'll come back to that.
Yeah. Well, we evil Negaverse,
Yes.
cuz
Space darkness.
space darkness, generic space darkness, spite. There's one villain who's acting directly out of spite, and she's probably the best. But we see an observatory on the coastline, on the Tokyo coast, which is a terrible place to have an observatory. Tokyo is very bright.
I was gonna say light pollution. That's gonna
Even
There's
in
gonna be a lot.
'94, the light pollution would be considerable.
Like
Considerable.
1894, I think you might have had problems with it.
Yeah. Like, this is a bad place for an observatory, guy. But anyway, he sees a comet. He's like, oh man, I discovered a comet. As he's watching it, part of the comet crashes into the beach near his house. And it's glowing. And you know what this man, who will later be described as having multiple PhDs, does? He touches
Does he
the
lick it?
glowy space rock.
Okay.
When a rock glows, you don't touch it. That's science.
I mean, that's very good. We don't know how science works in the Sailorverse. Could be that glowy things. There's people who, there seem to be poor choices made.
That this man does not make correct choices. Anyway, we get the opening credits where we are treated to the song, and we see the gals being pals out at the Christmas market. We are very quickly shown each of the things that the girl does. We have Ray digs occult stuff. Mina likes fashion. Ami gets a whole bunch of books while everyone else is goofing off. Usagi gets a bunch of food. Mako is very good at the arcade game where you punch the thing. Makoto bakes and does jujitsu. She's the best girl.
That's great. Who's the one with the really short hair?
Blue hair?
Uh, Blonde, I think. I don't know.
Okay, so that's Haruka. Yeah, we cut to the
Okay.
outer. The outer girls are new for this season. So yeah, there's Haruka, Michiru, and I forget Pluto's name entirely, actually. But yeah, they hang out. Haruka,
Sailor Uranus.
yeah,
Dug her. Good aesthetic.
she's a vibe. She's a vibe. Depending on which version you watch, she is either in a lesbian relationship with Michiru, or she's in an incestuous lesbian relationship with Michiru.
That is uncomfortable.
Yeah,
And
the original dub tried to pass them off as very affectionate cousins, and the visuals and the text were
How
in
is it
very
the
deep
dub?
conflict, and they didn't do a great job of editing around that.
So what happened to Sailor Pluto when Pluto was downgraded?
I think, you know, Sailor Moon Crystal is like the better, like the newer remake of the same story that came out, and I don't know if they addressed that at all, because there are
Uh,
also like 3 sailors in the last season that have no assignments to any planet, so maybe she just gets to hang out like the same way those 3 do.
like
I don't.
literally, Sailor Moon is attached to our moon, which
Yeah,
is not a main orbiting body. It is a moon. It's a captured satellite.
yeah,
So conceivably, a microplanet's just as good.
just as good.
A you could make a sailor for every moon of Jupiter, every single one. Just you'd always be hanging out with Jupiter. Don't know if they'd like. I'm just spitballing,
I think that
but yes,
like back in the heavy day, the peak days of Sailor Moon fanfic, there were a lot of people that opted to their author insert OCs, Do Not Steal, were definitely named after other satellites of the gas giants, to the point where
Awesome.
you would parody that by like, I am Sailor Asteroid 6 digits here. Like it was common enough that you had to make fun of it by just picking like an unnamed asteroid to be a
So that's the
Sailor Scout.
Sailor Fic equivalent of Mary Sue.
Yes, or presaging House Sparkly Poo, right?
No. No, you can't just throw that at me and expect me to know what you're talking about. Sparkly what?
People would make up a fifth Harry Potter house, and then
Oh.
you would make fun of them by with House Sparkly Poo.
I endeavor to appreciate everyone who creates something because they are putting something into the universe. Blah blah blah. Make something. And Sailor Moon's cats are named Luna and Artemis.
Yes,
I am correct about this.
yes,
Okay. Very clever. Because those are moon beings.
yes.
One
Later, they will
made by.
introduce a third cat, and that cat's name is Diana.
Are Artemis and Diana not the same person?
Yes, but
Okay, good.
but we're gonna
One
get
is Latin, one is Greek, one.
we're gonna we are subscribing to the busy Olympus theory where there's just it's a duplex now. They don't
Ah,
really get along, but they do. They they respect. They shovel each other's walkways when they have to.
that's very helpful. Very, very neighborly. I like it.
Yeah.
Ah,
So
sorry.
our fun day at the Christmas market is interrupted by another boring space launch because apparently important to add a ticking clock to the plot later. They're gonna send the first ever Japanese lady on the space station to check out the
Yes.
moon to see if there's moon stuff. That's going to be a thing that matters later. And then Luna is just a buzzkill, because of course it is because Luna is always a buzzkill. Luna is only ever talking about how you need to defeat the evil aliens that are always invading, or you need to be studying for your exams. Like she's the worst mom, just the worst mom.
Ah,
And also throughout the movie, they do little squeaky toy footfalls. That's the Foley for her walking around, and it is adorable. It's delightful the entire time.
I did like it.
It is so good. They get in a fight. Luna's like, actually, I have some sort of cat fever, so I'm gonna walk home sick.
And it literally does. Not something, it's not walking away. This cat is ill and very much needs to be right.
Yeah,
And that is a great combination of things to have.
yeah. So the cat almost gets run over by the guy from Yu Yu Hakusho, but don't worry, saved by our astronomer from earlier.
As a hero astronomer, man, not gonna tell you, he just like
Oh no,
handsome
that's a
astronomer
like
rescued sick cat.
superhero role, like really
Yeah.
commits to it, really commits to that. So then we get a sequence of what I will only describe as hurt comfort fic, where he is treating this small cat exactly like a human if they had the fever, where the
Yeah.
like the ice bath and the sitting in the chair while you're asleep, the whole thing, the whole
Yeah.
thing. And then because this is, the movie, this is a theatrical feature. We're bringing Sailor Moon to theaters for the second time ever. We got to up the stakes, and the stakes are our cat's lost. So everyone
I
is
was
like,
I was con I mean, we didn't have to worry about that because 'cause we're like, "She's over there. She's getting taken care of." All the main characters, no clue. They
yeah,
need to LoJack that cat, Scott.
yeah, they gotta get, they gotta air tag that girl. You gotta get the collar with the air tag on it. But but no, the girls immediately start searching. And it turns out that, oh no, Kakaru, the heroic scientist, our heroic astronomer, has a girlfriend. And I'm going to quote from the Wikipedia summary because it is one of the most delightful phrases in Wikipedia history, I think. Luna herself ends up with unrequited love because it is revealed that Kakaru himself has a girlfriend, an astronaut named Himiko Nayotake. And more importantly, comma, because Luna is a cat.
I am so glad they reminded us of that because it's easy to forget.
a cat voiced by Keiko Han, but still a cat. And it turns out that Kakeru and Himiko, they have a Mulder and Scully thing going where they're both, theoretically professional scientists, but he's a goofball that believes in magic also, and he believes that space is full of magic. He is right, because space is full
Yes.
of magic. The show is all about how space is full of magic. Everyone from space has magic powers. We fight space with magic powers all the time. Totally normal. But this is something that science has not come to accept. The power of love and friendship will make silver crystals do anything. That is unknown to science so far. So they feud over this.
I hate that we have to assume the person who's rational is just being a buzzkill. 'Cause
This is the thing about Sailor Moon as a franchise that I struggle with, is that at no point do the authorities ever recognize anything that's going on. There's like one episode where the cops are like, "Oh yes, there is a girl named Sailor Moon who does vigilante justice." One episode. Otherwise, alien invasions, people turning into monsters all the time. Every week, some sort of freaky thing happens. They take over an entire airport once. They try to run these girls over with an airplane. This does not
No,
no authority figure mentions this.
I want to dial back to something you said earlier regarding Mulder and Scully.
Yeah.
Every single TV show needs a cops episode.
Yes. Yes.
Every single TV show. It needs a show filmed from the ground with the men and women of law enforcement, who, are following them around as whatever weird thing happens in this world is happening. And they're like, well, yes, let's acknowledge this is happening. And how do they react to it?
Something that brings the outsider perspective in. It can be cops. It can be a reality show. I think,
Yes.
Supernatural had multiple episodes where they ran into a ghost hunting YouTuber, right?
There you
Those
go.
guys were great.
I have seen literally 8 minutes of Supernatural in my life, but that I would watch. That and the cartoon episode.
There's a Supernatural anime. It's on
Of
the
course
list.
there is.
It's on the list.
Look, you gave me good news. You gave me something to look forward to. I'm happy about that. Let's keep Supernatural TBA. Supernatural anime to be announced.
Yeah.
To be
So
confirmed.
anyway, back to
Yes.
the glowy rock in the our astronomer's house. Glowy rock bad? It glows and then he feels bad.
Yes.
As a scientist,
Yes.
phenomena, cause effect, observe science.
Correlation is not
science.
causation, Scott. Just because he brought the glowy rock into his house and began feeling bad, it's not necessarily the same thing. Needs more evidence. Bring some more people in, let them touch the glowy rock too. Maybe someone licks it. Maybe someone doesn't touch it. We'll see who feels worse and who doesn't.
Look, geology is one of the rare sciences where you are allowed to lick it. This is true. Geologists have to lick it to figure out if this is a mineral or a fossil. Fastest way to figure it out. His girlfriend storms off because she just flew from Florida to Japan to spend a week with him, and he's being a jerk talking about how space is magic. At which point he alludes to the tale of the bamboo cutter. I think if this movie was made for maybe 5 minutes longer and made specifically for an international audience, they would have recapped that story for you. But instead, I will just have to refer you to any of the number of adaptations of the tale of the bamboo cutter in animation, such as Turn A Gundam, Kaguya-sama Love His War, or actually the tale of the bamboo cutter from Studio Ghibli. I assure you.
No, proceed. I'm Googling.
Oh, also, Inuyasha affections touching across time. All right, the actual story is that an elderly bamboo cutter is, out cutting bamboo, because that's his job, as you might tell, because it's called the tale of the bamboo cutter. And inside,
So he's a better bamboo cutter than this guy's an astronomer, is what you're saying.
yes, he goes out and cuts bamboo, and one day he finds a very small baby inside the bamboo, and he's like, pretty sure babies don't come in bamboo, but it's a baby, I'm gonna watch out for it. And inside of a week, the baby becomes a fully grown adult woman who is very beautiful, And a bunch of very important people are like, oh man, this baby is super hot. I'm going to court her. And the baby who is now an adult woman who's very beautiful, is like, yeah, I actually don't care about you. I'm going to send you off to do impossible tasks and like go claim this pearl of a dragon. Go climb this, go find this mirror that allows you to communicate across great distances. Go find a robe of the fire rat. It's a little D&D-ish, but all of them fail or are hoodwinked and die. And she's fine with that because she didn't want to marry them because she set possible tasks for them. And then lastly, the Emperor's like, dude, like 3 of my best dudes just died. What's up with this girl? And then he meets the girl and also falls in love with her. But she's too much of a patriot to actually send the Emperor on a fool's errand. Also, at this point, it is revealed that she is from the moon, and she just had to live on Earth for a bit. And the moon people are like, all right, we're taking you back up. And the Emperor is so distraught, he like writes all his feelings out and then climbs Mount Fuji and burns it. So like the words can reach her on the moon. That's the story, really.
That's
Unrequited
really
love. Unrequited love at a distance. There you go. This is me very quickly summarizing classic fairy tale. Anyway.
I mean, it seems like you got most of the details.
Yeah. Again, very well represented in classic anime Turn A Gundam. This is only a little bit of a joke. It does come up. It matters in Turn A Gundam, I promise. While that's happening, the girls are out looking for Luna, except ice ladies attack, like a bunch of them. A bunch of ice ladies attack. And normally, again, it is not typical of Sailor Moon villains to send a bunch of goons. They only send one monster a week. You know, that's
Okay.
the rules.
But this is a theatrical production.
So you got to have a few monsters at the same time. So all the girls agree to transform and roll out. Stock footage ensues. We see them all start to do their attacks, and it's not really working out. We get a scene where both Usagi and Chibiusa are like, they look at the ice lady. It's like, hey, what's that over there? And then they go hide to transform, which means that they are vulnerable during the transformation, which is a thing that other people talk about. It's like, why don't you just like laser blast or like magic blast them while they're transforming? And now we have the implication that maybe they are vulnerable during the transformation sequence. Maybe.
Scott, what's up with the Chibi Sailor Moon?
She is from the future. She is Usagi's daughter from the future. She is here searching for a different magic mineral MacGuffin. Different from the rock that fell on the beach. There are a lot of magic mineral MacGuffins from space.
Well, I mean, space is where minerals come from, isn't it?
Yes. And magic. We've established space is magic. Minerals are magic.
Space is magic.
Space minerals, magic minerals. That's how it goes.
Space minerals are friendship, is what you're saying, Scott.
Space minerals, also friendship. Because diamonds are a girl's best friend.
It's all coming together.
It all works. It all fits.
It doesn't fit, Scott. It is. Although I'm glad that you explained the Chibi Sailor Moon. It just seemed like, what is? Oh, so she's her daughter from the future.
Yes. Sailor Pluto has time powers. That's how she got here.
See? See? Well, yes, of course, Sailor Pluto has time powers. Do any of the other sailors have their children from the future coming in to visit every so often?
No!
Oh, well, Sailor Moon is so lucky.
Yeah, I know.
Good for you, Sailor Moon. You got your kid from the future. You don't have to go through all the awkward shit in between. Do we know who Chibi Sailor Moon's dad is? Does she have a dad? Is there some sort of budding process that happens?
No, it's Mamoru
in her orbit.
It's Mamoru, the guy she's dating now.
Oh, well, that.
Yeah,
and just
okay. So the ice dancer does a ballet attack, and they get real dizzy. It's a good joke. And you know, she tries to guess which of the multiform, the after images is the real one. Guesses wrong, gets blasted, and things are looking bad. But don't worry, roasted. My notes just say roasted! ! And we get the gag that I think everyone has seen from this movie, where a advertising balloon, a blimp, with Santa Claus on it, is revealed to be the Santa Claus on it is revealed to be Tuxedo Mask. He is a full Santa suit that he just rips off in one move, revealing himself to be Tuxedo Mask, which means he's wearing like two hats and a lot of body gear. I don't know how this is working. Many of Tuxedo
So
Mask's powers remain undefined. He just shows up when shows up to throw a rose and say something inspirational. Like you've seen the meme, but you didn't do anything. That's
do
every
anything.
episode. That's every
I
episode.
I literally wrote that down in my notes, but you didn't do anything.
He threw a top too. He threw two things this time. That is twice as many things as he has done.
Contributions will be noted. Mask.
Anyway, Usagi is able to do her heart blast of love and friendship and blast the ice dancer away. At which point, all the people who have been frozen in ice are unfrozen and proceed with their day as though nothing has happened. Either because that's how the magic works, or because, again, they get attacked every week. Like,
Yes.
6 months ago, these people were trying to buy jewelry and were turned into horrifying zombies. This is just their life. This is Juban. This is just what life is in Juban. You just every week something weird happens. You're gonna get chased by a weird winged boxing man, and you have to not die until he
I
disappears.
I would just like to point out how experienced the citizens of Metropolis are in evacuating their entire city in Superman 2025. It's like, oh, something's coming. Everyone get out of Metropolis. And they're all like, fine, I'm on the bus.
Yeah, they all know. Like everyone know that. Like the evacuation routes are as familiar to them as the regular bus routes. Really, in
Yes.
Metropolis, it's just like, oh, geez, I'm on 14th. That means I have to take Kirby Way to the shelters. I got to go to the Kirby shelters, not the not
Not
not the
Siegel this
Siegel
week.
shelters. Not the
Too far from Siegel.
Too far from Siegel. All right.
But yes,
So
so Tuxedo Mask saves the day.
yeah, and then everyone goes on, and we then cut to where we hang out to get exposition, which is Ray's house. Ray runs a shrine, and they are burning leaves, which is like, dude, this is a very densely populated area. Are we sure we should be having open flames? Are we sure?
It smells nice. I
I
mean, a
know,
good
and everyone
bonfire.
is enjoying the fire too much, and I'm like,
Yeah.
they're literally roasting sweet potatoes. They're roasting sweet potatoes. I'm like, well, I can't really blame you. If the city of Tokyo doesn't have a burn ban on leaves, then I guess it's not my place to say. It's not my place to say. Anyway, Japanese sweet potatoes roasted on an open fire sound really lovely. Just a little bit smoky,
Yes.
a little crispy, a little chewy. It'd be nice. Usagi and Mamoru have a hangout. It is at this point that I have to do the controversy section where I point out that voice actor Toru Furuya, who plays Mamoru, uh, has been credibly accused of maintaining a multi-year abusive, adulterous relationship with a fan half his age. He's
That's
70
bad.
though,
Don't
so
do that.
she's like 30, but it's still a fan relationship, and you shouldn't be doing that. And it's also very abusive, seriously
But
abusive.
that,
He has
yeah.
lost almost all his jobs because of this. Like he is no longer on Detective Conan, and his character on Detective Conan is named after him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Anyway, Mamoru makes Usagi insecure by saying she's clingy, and then she responds by being clingy. And then Luna's trying to figure out how to pursue romance as well. So she asks if a cat is asking a 14-year-old girl for dating advice. A cat asks a 14-year-old girl for dating advice. This is just how this is how Sailor Moon works. Is cats will ask
She's a
teenage.
supernaturally enhanced 14-year-old girl, though, right?
I mean, yeah, she has magic powers.
Is the Sailor Moon thing a little bit like Shazam?
Kinda. Like she has there's a MacGuffin. She needs the device to activate the powers as well. So maybe more
Because
like a
I'm a
Blue Beetle, maybe a Blue Beetle-y thing.
okay. Because I'm a strong believer in You really need to treat Billy with respect because he has psychic ability. I mean, like he doesn't say he has the wisdom of Solomon.
Yes,
He's a pretty on the ball guy. So if the sailor powers
Billy Batson endorsed Luther for president. Wisdom of Solomon.
at some point, you get the I'm gonna cut the baby in half thing, and sometimes you get better. And it's like, hey, are you which one of you is gonna call my bluff about this? And you get the baby. You don't, because you were okay with it. And I'm like, whose plan was this again? Big guy? Just okay, but yes.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
Sailor Moon not necessarily going to be any more good with relationship advice than a normal 14-year-old.
no, no. She's mostly look. Her power is believing in other people, and then other people believe in her. It's the power of friendship, which again, space magic combined with minerals produces justice. Anyway, um, Kakeru has a weird dream. The girls have a gossip session. Artemis realizes that Luna is in love with someone else, and Artemis, being the only cat we've seen so far, is like, "Dang, I thought I really had a lock on that. I guess I'll just go be sad in another room now."
Artemis is just lucky he hasn't been fixed, man. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. We also see that the ice palace is now forming in Tokyo Bay. Think that that's an active shipping port. Someone would notice that, like a barge would hit that, but no. Anyway,
Did they have they didn't have the tunnel at this point, so that wouldn't have been something that
yeah, yeah. No, the tunnel to Chiba City would not have been disturbed by this. No, would not disturb this.
yeah.
Kakeru and his girlfriend have a fight about the moon because she's an astronaut who just wants to go to the moon because that's a cool thing astronauts do.
A goal. Like that's job goals.
Like like
The moon.
like how many people have done orbits around the moon? Short list. Short list.
Yeah.
Half of them named Buzz. You could be one of the few non-Buzzes to have orbited the moon.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. No, he's like, "No, you just see it as a cool rock. I see it as magic because I know that space rocks are magic." Meanwhile, his space rock is making him worse. It is at this point that the Ice Princess finally steals the crystal, and that's bad. We then remember that Artemis's job is to give exposition, so gives the explanation that explains that, oh yeah, this Ice Princess almost came to Earth the last time the comet was on the loop, but we scared it off with um, a space mineral and friendship, and the girls are like, wait, how do we repel monsters with space minerals and friendship? And I'm like, girls, you do this every week. I don't understand why you're having trouble with this. Like you just gotta
That
you gotta gear up and go.
that is the definition of it, ladies.
Yeah,
Space
this is
minerals
your
and
whole thing. It's like, it's like, it'd be like, again, Superman. It's like, well, yeah, periodically this alien shows up and tries to fight Superman, but then Superman defeats him by being super. Just that,
punching and eye lasers.
yeah, punching and eye lasers. This is what you girls do. And then we smash cut to the outer Senshi, who are older and smarter, just doing the thing. They are deploying their second level stock footage attacks, and they're doing pretty well. But but there's just too many of these ice dancers. And then the rest of the girls show up, and they also deploy their second level stock footage to go ahead. And it starts with Ray, who has fire powers, who you'd think would be, the real pinch hitter in an ice monster scenario. But
Yes.
way better than the bubbles. Way better than the bubbles. But as we see all the girls engage with their stock footage, Kakeru leaves his house to also fight the Snow Princess. He's very sick and just falls down immediately. He's not helping at all. He's gonna die of the cold alone. He's gonna die alone in the cold. And we cut back to the girls who are fighting ice things. Things are going bad. We see that the ice dancers can interrupt stock footage. They can interrupt the
No,
stock
no.
footage attack and throw you into an ice wall. Mako just starts throwing hands. She just starts punching these. And that's why she's great. She knows what's what. No time to shout that I'm using my Supreme Thunder. I got lightning right here.
One
Uh,
fist of iron and the other of steel.
oh, yeah. But then Sailor Moon shows up to shout the themes of the movie at the villain, and then she does her power up sequence, and then she throws her, third level stock footage attack at them, and the bad guy tanks it. The boss tanks the third level stock footage, so things are
Oh.
looking real bad. And now it is time to deploy space minerals and friendship as previously alluded to, and everyone's like, no, you can't use the space minerals, you'll die. No, can use the space minerals if you use friendship.
Yes.
That, like, you they remember that part. And so they blast her with, the new to this unique to this movie and only this movie fourth level stock footage attack. And then also Usagi asked for a weird wish where Luna can be a person for like a day, and we get what I describe as a Richard Donner ass date sequence where Luna poses as Princess Kaguya and takes him on a date in space, and
Aw.
they have a good time. We see Himiko land back in Japan, and the press are like, "Oh, and it's 1994, so the press can just walk up to you as you leave a plane and be like, "Hey, how's it going? You went to space. You've been closer to the moon than many people not named Buzz have ever been." And she, of course, says she was out on a spacewalk when they flew by. It's like, yeah, I saw Princess Kaguya. And oh, the press were like, oh, that's a cute joke for the kids. But really, how was it? What's it like to achieve one of the great things of one of the pinnacles of your career at such a young age?
These
And
Neil
then
deGrasse Tyson motherfuckers, man, I just swear. It's like, no, I saw her. Take me seriously. I am not joking around.
guys, no, I saw a glowing being on the moon. She waved. But then she spots Kakaru, and he's got flowers, and they make up, and then you know, Luna and Usagi drop some candy on them. Konpeito is a traditional convection that is just crystallized sugar with a weird colored coating, like nerds, but not flavored. They're pretty nice.
I mean, there's still sugar. That's
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
yeah. It's just little candies. You can suck on them. You can crunch them. And then we see that Luna is reconciling with Artemis. We get cat love as well, and then we cut to the credits where everyone who has a date is just cuddling on a bench, and the song plays.
Aw. There's one point where Sailor Moon is talking to the cat. She says, "Even if you could become a human, you can't," and sort of draws off. And I'm like, "Can't what, Sailor Moon?" I mean, it's like we're talking. And later on, points out there's no way for a cat to turn into a human. That doesn't seem like the most unlikely thing I've seen today.
Again,
Seems like
and
it's
also
like
you did it once. You did it
yes,
once. You literally you made it happen with your friendship space rock magic.
believe in yourself, Sailor Moon. I know that what you can do is far beyond the capacities of normal sea-based professionals. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Like most sailors just know how to tie knots. Really,
Yes.
navigation maybe. Engine repair, large engine repair, which is a useful skill.
Very useful. Not as useful as space magic, though.
No, I
Space
mean
friendship
obviously
magic.
space magic. All of these sailors don't have very few of these sailors seem to have the traditional nautical skills. They don't demonstrate this ever, really. They have space magic and friendship, and that's pretty good too. I'll say.
You can go to school to learn large engine repair. Cannot go to school to learn space magic.
That's true. A cat has to give you a magical device that allows you to access your powers. As one does. All right, so
Those
for first
powers.
question for you. Obviously, you've only had like 1 hour. Like this is basically a two-parter of this. This is like every episode of Sailor Moon is like this. Maybe not as high drama.
Okay.
They don't bust out a super move at the end all the time. They just go to like level two stock footage to beat the guy. But this is a pretty typical episode of Sailor Moon. There's
All right.
hundreds of episodes like this. Would you watch any others?
I mean, do I have to? Is it
No,
required for the next episode?
no.
Because it seems very neat. I have no interest. Okay, no, not saying I'm uninterested in magical girl anime. I just like I would like something that's a bit more than this. This I feel like there was some merchandise involved in this. Feel
Oh,
like they may have been trying to sell home recordings. I am
oh,
thinking
I
this is
like look the activation sound of level 2 of Sailor Moon's level 2 stock footage attack, the ba ba da ba. Like
yeah.
in this version, like that always sounds MIDI, and I think the song uses a MIDI sound because it'll match the toy. It'll match your
Okay.
your your moon rod. I think that's a very toyetic, a deliberately toyetic decision.
Will you see many children during the heyday playing with moon wands or sailor wands? What do they call them? What is the term for
Oh,
those
I this they all
gadgets? Because
have
they can't
very
be moon
long
wands because
names,
that
and
would
they're
okay.
it's like
Hmm.
it's 3 words, and the 3 words are different in Japanese and English.
Of course they are.
It Of course they are. But yeah, no, like I definitely like I remember these being sold in the US, and there were definitely tons more in Japan. Yeah, that's it. Like all I can say is like, yeah, this is like a two-parter of like every episode is kind of like this but shorter and a little more
Hmm.
simple. I'm not going to say that it's high art. I watched it all in 2021 cuz it was on Crave with the new dub, and I was just like my wife and I were like, it's 2021. We're really stressed out. A nostalgic show that runs on a formula kind of comforting right now. Also, it's the
Yes.
new dub that doesn't change anyone's names and doesn't cut anything out and doesn't pretend lesbians are cousins. And also, it included the
Good.
the forbidden fifth season, the forbidden fifth season, which is
Who forbid it? Who forbade it? God.
it was forbidden by America. America was like, we do not look. We really whiffed convincing these children that these lesbians were cousins. We are not going to find a way to convince anyone of people and this is for the anime. The manga is a little different, but the 3 extra Sailor Scouts that show up for season 5 are men in their civilian forms and then change genders when they transform.
Awesome.
And
Which
like
bodies of the galaxy are they?
they don't even have they don't even use like planet names. It's like Sailor
Okay.
Warrior and Sailor, not Ranger, but like something like that. Yeah, I watched it all and it was fun. It was nice for 2021. It was relaxing. In the 4th season, the 3 best monsters of the week happen. I'm going to describe them to you so you don't have to watch the episodes. But uh, the monsters of the week are all circus themed. Uh, the the third best one is just a ball. It is a big ball with eyes and really great lips, like really well defined makeup work on the lips. The kind that a seal might bounce around or you might have an elephant walk on. No seal, no elephant, just a big ball.
Okay.
And they defeat the ball. And then the next week, the second best villain emerges. It is another ball with really good eye makeup and lip makeup. And it's like, you killed my sister. I am here for revenge.
Oh,
And they have
geez.
to fight another ball.
The cycle of violence, even.
And then several weeks later, the best villain, the best monster of the week emerges. It is another ball with really great eye and lip makeup. And it's like, you killed my cousins. I'm here for revenge. And they
Oh,
defeat another ball. And I'm like, they did this 3 times and it's beautiful. It's the
and
best monster ever.
wells to go back to. That is one that is deep and refreshing.
And they could have done this at any point with any of the monsters of the week, but the fact that they're just a ball with a face drawn on it. So yeah, I wouldn't say you have to watch it. Like if this didn't tickle you, that's fine. You can move on with your life. You've seen a Sailor Moon. You understand the tuxedo mask joke is real.
Yes.
That he does that every week.
Didn't do anything.
It, he just doesn't do anything. And my last question for you is: obviously, you know like a thing about each girl, but who's the best girl?
I'm Uranus. I dig her. She's got a good vibe. Yeah.
Uh,
The
uh,
cats are cool too.
yeah. In the show Uranus, her hobby is motorsports, both
There you go.
both motorcycles and convertibles.
Oh
She
wow.
she street races.
I would dig that.
Yeah.
Go for a ride. And I could just watch a trip hop beats to watch sailors transform to channel.
Oh,
That would be
just like
fun.
just keep the stock animations, but like
Mm,
lo-fi
yeah.
version, lo-fi covers the soundtrack. That probably exists. Like lo-fi Sailor Moon, probably a
Mm,
thing.
I would watch it. So I'm not going to look for it, but I'm putting that out in the universe. If it exists, everyone's happy with it.
No, this made 1 billion yen in Japan in 1994
Oh,
money.
geez. Okay, I don't know about the conversion, but that seems like a lot.
That's that is like that you just shuffle the decimal point twice and you're pretty close. But that's
Mm.
10 million. 10 million.
What was the
And
budget?
they don't say. It
Okay. How many animators died making this?
Oh god. Just how many stress heart attacks did you give people?
Ugh,
Not too many, because the stock footage was all done already. Like
yeah.
that was like 8 minutes of this movie is footage that they already had. They probably photographed it on better film stock, I think, but it was just they did not reanimate any of the attacks for this. I was like,
Excellent.
I thought that like, oh no, we're gonna get like the fancied up version of the attacks. Nope.
Maybe they're gonna do a new one that they'll be able to reuse in the future as
Yeah. Yeah.
no.
Like they debut the new attacks now. Now, I will say that that was our excursion into Sailor Moon. It certainly is a movie that happens at Christmas, and there are ice monsters,
Merry
which
Christmas.
and true love wins. That's a Christmassy
Yes,
thing.
there is that.
People
Cat
give each other
transforms into
presents.
a yes. They eat sweet potatoes.
Yeah, yeah. So that was that. I want to thank you for your time, your attention. Visit HLJ.com. Buy yourself a Sailor Moon SH figure of hearts if you so desire, or anything else on HLJ.
Do
New
they have
stock
all the scouts or just Sailor Moon right now?
Stock's low. They have it's just Sailor Moon on the SH
Hmm.
figure arts from Bandai, but they do have. I will mention for Justin's benefit. They have Q type figures, which are like bobbleheaded, detailed bobbleheads of guess who? Guess who?
My Blorbo?
Yes, your nerd
Oh,
girl, your new girl Harika's in there. Excellent. Also back us on Kofi if you're hearing this on Christmas Day. Obviously, thank you if you're hearing this on like the 9th. Thank you for backing us on coffee already. But until next time, with regularly scheduled programming, I've been Scott.
and I'm not stopping being Justin any day soon. Merry Christmas, y'all!
Until next time, get in tune with Sailor Moon because that cartoon has got the boom anime babes that make you think the wrong thing.